Right, sons, everybody. Welcome back to Ordinary Adventures.
On today's video, we're going to head back to Dok-Ondars and take a look at another wall in his collection. This time, we're going to take a look at the wall to the left of Dok's office, featuring all the bad guy helmets and stuff.
Ooh. We love doing these videos because it provides you with a bunch of Star Wars trivia.
Yeah, a lot of trivia I didn't even know about before researching.
Yeah, like not only do you guys get to learn a bunch of stuff, we learn a lot in the process too. And like, how fun is it that now you get to go to Galaxy's Edge and impress all your friends with all the cool stuff that you learned?
Yeah, you get to be the nerdy guy that goes like, do you know that thing over there? Speaking of which, on this episode, we have my favorite deep dive Easter egg in all of Dok-Ondars. You're gonna have to wait to find out which one it is, and I guarantee you probably haven't noticed it. Come with us on this adventure. Okay, so this time at Dok-Ondars, we're looking at everything to the left of Dok's office, which features a lot of like bad guy helmets. Last time we were looking at Resistance and Rebel helmets. This time it's all Imperial and
the dark side stuff. I'm excited.
Yeah, but before we get to that, let's talk about these 4 little slates, clear slates.
Yeah, what the heck are those?
I'm not going to pretend like we're the only ones trying to catalog all of Dok's possessions. There's a bunch of websites out there that have been doing this, and every single one of them probably has like 75% of his collection cataloged. This is one of the things that none of them have seemed to have nailed down what it is.
Oh.
But I'm going to be the first.
Yes.
Although it's not that exciting. Okay, so these transparent documents were unidentified, and I searched for weeks to find a reference to them. Polygon had this article kind of cataloging the whole wall, and the cast member told them that these were tracking documents that were placeholders for items loaned out by Dok-Ondar.
Okay.
So the idea could be that like they could eventually be replaced in his collection by stuff that has come back into his collection.
Okay.
But
okay.
Don't trust cast members. They don't know what they're talking about. They like to play around. They like to be in the story, and they like to make up stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't sound. I was just kind of like agreeing with you, like that's cool.
Yeah. Thankfully, I reached out to Lucasfilm's Matt Martin on Twitter, and he provided me with a real answer. This is another set of props.
Wait. From Solo, a Star Wars story?
Yes.
How did I know?
So these can be found in Dryden Voss's yacht in his collection of stuff. So in this book, Solo, the official guide, you can actually see it. And what it is an ancient navigation computer dataplaque. And actually, if you look at this and you look at the photo of the one on display in Dok's, it actually appears that Dok has it on display upside down.
Oh no.
I don't know.
It's okay.
Maybe one of these days he'll fix it.
I'm sure that's a common mistake.
Yeah,
I don't know why I find that so funny.
And in the book, it actually tells you what one of the Navi-computers is actually pinpointing. It's pinpointing the long-last Queen of Ranroon. This is a ship that's been missing for a long time. Actually, it's been missing outside of Star Wars canon.
But this is a map to the ship?
Yes, the location of the ship.
Wow.
Which is a ship that is from Star Wars Legends.
Okay, so this makes sense why Dok has it on his wall upside down. He's trying to like confuse people. Right?
Yeah, maybe possibly. So this is a deep dive reference to a 1979 book called Han Solo's Revenge, which is now Legends. It's part of the trilogy of books called the Han Solo Adventures, and it tells Solo's story before the events of A New Hope, and of course Solo's Star Wars story kind of replaced that story, so it doesn't exist anymore. But this Queen of Ranroon ship now exists again. And so this legendary treasure ship has been believed to be lost by the rest of the galaxy, and has inspired many treasure hunters to try to find it. Han Solo actually found the ship in this book, but it turned out that the treasure that was aboard the ship was technologically outdated, and the only valuable is historical curiosity.
Dang. That stinks.
So it's kind of like an Indiana Jones kind of like adventure with Han Solo. I'd like to see that. So you might recognize some of this text on this data plaque because it's actually written in Proto-Besh, which is possibly a precursor to Arabesh.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks very similar to Arabesh, kind of.
Yeah, and you might remember the ancient Jedi texts that were in The Last Jedi and also Rise of Skywalker that featured some Proto-Besh.
Oh.
So some people online have tried to translate some of those ancient Jedi texts. I have not tried to translate these data plaques, but if you want to do that, tell us in the comments below what they say.
Oh my gosh, somebody please do it. It's probably just like, here is the map to Queen Rababook's ship, or whatever her name was.
It's probably like directions telling like Star Wars planets, like take a left at Dagobah.
Yeah. To the right of that is something that I think every Star Wars fan knows what this is. This is the Imperial Royal Guard helmet. These were first seen in Return of the Jedi, my favorite movie.
Yeah.
They were the Emperor's personal guards. They were like the best of the best.
They were handpicked from millions of soldiers.
Yeah, so like if you were one of these guys, you were the ultimate badass, in my opinion.
They're like silent but deadly.
Yes. They're very intimidating, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like they're way more intimidating than just like normal stormtroopers. The helmet and costume was designed by Nilo Rodis Jamero. He's also the creator of Boba Fett's ship, the Slave One, and the Scout Troopers. Like, all the coolest designs come from this guy.
My favorite stormtroopers, the ones with the brim.
Yeah, the Scout Troopers are awesome.
Except for they like punching Baby Yoda.
We don't need to talk about that again. I feel like we talked about that last video. Don't give them any more credit for doing that.
My favorite concept artist, Ralph McQuarrie, did do some concept art trying to design the Royal Guards, but they looked very different.
Ooh, they almost look very like Hunchback or something. I don't know.
Can you imagine if the Royal Guards ended up looking like that?
I mean, they're still pretty cool looking.
Yeah. Yeah, he does look like kind of like they're like hunched over.
Yeah.
Like this. I'm a Royal Guard.
Yep. That's exactly what they look like. What were the guys protecting Snoke? Weren't they red too? Were they some kind of Royal Guards? Were they the same?
No, they were. Oh my god, I'm blanking here. They're called the Elite Praetorian Guard.
Okay.
How could I forget that long name?
Oh, I was gonna say.
Not quite as elegant as Imperial, right?
Yeah, but those guys were cool too. That was like a little nugget of like, I know it wasn't intentional, but that Snoke was actually the Emperor because he was using like the same kind of guards to protect him. Like he's just like, oh, let's like slightly change their outfits a little bit. No one will ever know.
We should have all known all along. It was obvious.
Exactly.
I mean, look at his obsession with red.
Full circle. Once again, I've connected all the dots in Star Wars. This next helmet is an Inquisitor helmet. It's the 7th Sister Inquisitor helmet. You might recognize this from Star Wars Rebels. That's where it first made its first appearance.
Yeah, that's a show both of us love.
We love that show, and honestly, I think this is one of like the coolest looking helmets, and the 7th Sister is one of the coolest bad guys.
Yeah, I mean, if you are a Sith bad guy with a helmet, you need to have a cool looking helmet.
Exactly. I guess you do make a good point. The 7th Sister was an elite Jedi hunter killer.
What?
There's no killer.
Yeah, that's Terminator. Hunter killers are Terminator.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what they're called?
Well, there's a version of the Terminator, not the T-800, but there's a version of they're just like.
Okay, so it's not that. Cut. Take 2. After Order 66, Darth Vader wanted to kill all the rest of the Jedis, so he employed these Jedi hunters, the Inquisitors, and the 7th Sister was specifically tasked to go after and kill Ahsoka. The 7th Sister was a green-skinned Miri Allen. Miri Allens included several members of the Jedi Order, including Jedi Masters and Padawans. Maul killed the 7th Sister, spoiler alert.
You're supposed to do the spoiler alert before the spoiler, not after the spoiler.
Yeah, so spoiler alert, Darth Maul came back. He actually wasn't dead. And then he came back and he killed the 7th Sister, and it was pretty epic, actually.
Yeah.
He killed her with his lightsaber, of course, and it kind of looks like it damaged her helmet.
Yeah, it looks like he went for her head but
so is this her? This is her helmet, but this looks
pretty intact.
Yeah, so...
And also, her death happened at the Sith Temple on Malachor, right before it blew up.
Okay.
So, who knows how Doc recovered this artifact?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think
Don't
there's
ask
multiple
questions.
Seven Sisters, but I don't know. Maybe one day a Galaxy's Edge comic book or novel or video game will explain this.
Yeah.
It'll be the story of how Dok-Ondar came into...
Like, how did he get any of this stuff? He's a crazy dude.
To the right of that is a helmet that we haven't seen in current Star Wars canon. This is a Sith Acolyte Mask.
Ooh, this one's really cool looking.
And when I say Sith Acolyte, I don't mean Asajj Ventress or Savage Opress. I'm talking about a rank of Sith Force-sensitive trainees from the video game Star Wars The Old Republic.
Ooh.
This is now considered Legends, but I guess this now being in Galaxy's Edge puts it into canon again. And Sith Acolytes were trained by an overseer with multiple others before he or she was chosen by a Sith Lord to become his or her apprentice.
Awesome.
And this is the mask that they wore.
I really like that mask. I know I keep saying this, like every mask, I'm like, ooh, I like that one. Ooh, I like that one. But like this one,
Yeah.
that is like some freaky looking stuff.
By the way, there's a lot of bad guy Star Wars helmets here. If you could own one bad guy Star Wars helmet, which one would you own?
I don't know. Good question. I feel like like my answer is lame,
What is it?
but like Darth Vader.
Darth Vader.
Or I don't know.
I feel like I would want to go with a Scout Trooper. I think I've answered this before. Or if someone said what Star Wars helmet, I said Scout Trooper. But also Darth Vader's like the remains. Like, you know how he had like...
The melted helmet, yeah.
That could be cool. But tell us in the comments below, what helmet would you want to own? That'd be kind of cool to find out like what people want to own.
I'll take one of each. Thank you.
So the next item you can actually buy, and this is the Sith Chalice. This was used by ancient Sith during their initiation ceremonies as well as certain meditation rituals. This was seen kind of in Revenge of the Sith. It can be found in Chancellor Palpatine's office or in like one of the hallways, but somehow the Jedi never suspected him even though he had a Sith Chalice.
Yeah, what?
I don't know.
Makes no sense.
Maybe it was just like an ancient artifact. And we learned in the books that this artifact was actually uncovered during an archaeological expedition to the Masasi ruins of Yavin 4. And you can actually buy a replica of this in docks for, I think, like $200.
Whoa.
Somehow this didn't make our ridiculous items video.
Yeah, I always, every time we go into Dok-Ondars, I like look at this and I'm like, what the heck is that?
Should we do another ridiculous items video and include that?
Yeah, I feel like as soon as the parks open back up and we get the chance, there's so much merchandise in there that you guys...
Do you think they'll add any merchandise? Because it's now been over a year, so maybe they'll add new stuff.
I hope so.
And to the right of that is a traditional Kaleech mask. The Kaleech are red-skinned humanoid aliens. Their culture is deeply spiritual and warlike, and the people almost never see their faces as they wear the traditional masks, you know, all the time.
You asked me like which mask I would want. This is one that like goes in the category of like one that I wouldn't want.
They first appeared in Heir to the Empire. This is a now Legends book. It was written by Timothy Zahn and was a huge deal in 1991 because it was pitched as the canon sequel to the Star Wars trilogy. Ooh. It was actually really cool. And General Grievous is the most well-known member of this species. You know, he was featured in the Star Wars prequel films. He notably fought Obi-Wan Kenobi in Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. But this is not General Grievous's mask. The markings on this mask have a very similar symbol to Shilal's tribe. And the mask is somewhat similar in shape to the one worn by Ronderu.
Okay, who's Ronderu?
This is a very deep dive reference. It might be one of the biggest in the store, but this is not my favorite reference. This is the character that was created for a story called Unknown Soldier, the story of General Grievous. It was a short story published in Star Wars Insider magazine in February 2006, which at the time was a canon story. It looks like this is his mask. So it looks like this reference might be of a short story that appeared in a magazine once and has one little illustration.
Dok-Ondar man's got a way of finding those masks. Right below that statue, we have the busts of Darth Maul and Darth Sidious. These busts did not appear in any Star Wars movie or TV show that we're aware of, but we think the design is inspired by the Lost 20. The Lost 20 was a group of 20 Jedi Masters who left the Jedi Order after becoming disillusioned with the Jedi way of life. Count Dooku was one of them.
In Attack of the Clones, there's this deleted scene where Obi-Wan Kenobi is going through the Jedi archives with the librarian, and they come across this bust of Count Dooku, and they talk about the Lost 20. And I think these busts are kind of inspired by that bust, even though obviously Darth Maul and Darth Sidious were not part of the Lost 20.
If you're looking at these statues and thinking to yourself, I wish I could have one of those statues in my life, we've got good news for you, because they actually do sell the Palpatine one for $130. There's also a 4-pack of statues where you could get Darth Vader, Darth Maul, Darth Sidious, and Darth Tyrannus.
And they're like mini busts. So
they're tiny. They're kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like them. I don't know what this says about me, but like all this dark side stuff I'm like really loving.
And there's also like this orb in a container to the right of the Palpatine bust. But I believe that's just like set decoration created by Walt Disney Imagineering, but who knows? There is the possibility that was like a decoration in Dryden Voss's office and Solo Star Wars Story. If anybody knows anything, let us know in the comments below.
I love these things. What are these, Peter?
Yeah, so to the left of Dok is this terrarium with Felucian Fireflies. The planet Felucia is seen in Revenge of the Sith right after they call Order 66, and we see one of the Twi'lek Jedi gets killed in that one scene there. And this sci-fi terrarium holds plants indigenous to Felucia that look like the maquettes modeled by George Miller for Revenge of the Sith. And the Felucian Fireflies that are in here, you can see like there's like little lit up bugs in this terrarium.
They're so cute.
They appeared in the non-canon series Lego Star Wars, the Freemaker Adventures, which, by the way, you can watch for free, I think, on the Lego YouTube channel. We'll put a link in the video description below.
You're saying we should go watch that right now so we can see these fireflies?
Yeah. Go see them. Yeah, so they do have a role in a Star Wars animated production.
Wow, that is a deep dive right there.
No. If you want a deep dive, now this is my favorite Easter egg in all of Dok-Ondars.
Yeah, I don't even know what this is.
Right to the left of Dok is this urn with a head on it, and it is the blue Snaggletooth Urn. And this is one of the nerdiest Easter eggs in all of Dok-Ondar's collections. It's a deep dive. It's a reference to a character that hasn't appeared in any Star Wars movie, TV show, video game, or book. It is instead a reference to an action figure mistake.
Whoa.
Yeah. There was a figure that was released as part of the Cantina Adventures set that was only available in Sears catalogs in 1978.
Oh my god, I feel like I need that.
The set included 4 Cantina aliens that didn't quite look like the characters from the movies. Because of the secrecy of the production of Star Wars, Kenner was not given enough materials when they were making the action figures. They were given some reference photos, but they were like black and white reference photos, and it wasn't of a full character costume.
Yeah.
It was just like a medium shot of this character. So when they created this character that was in the cantina scene, it ended up being this flesh-toned, average-height alien in a blue suit, even though the real character was short. It was played by a little person and had gray skin and wore a red suit.
Oh no. Classic mix-up.
The figures in the playset actually appear famously in Steven Spielberg's classic 80s movie, E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
Rito, and then this is Hammerhead. See, this is Walrus Man, and then this is Snaggletooth.
And yes, E.T. is featured in Phantom Menace, but as Maz Kanata says, that's a story for another time. Quickly after the release of this figure, Kenner did replace him with Red Snaggletooth, which was proper height and everything. So this was only on the market for a very short period of time. That is why it is one of the most rarest figures in all of Star Wars history.
Wow, that's crazy.
And this is the only Star Wars figure that I own.
Wow. Wow, that's so
Yeah.
cool.
So I don't own him in a package. Well, actually, I think he like came in a baggie or something because he sent away for him, or he came in like a box. This is Blue Snaggletooth.
I always wondered what that was. I was like, that's cool.
If you have a mint, which I don't have a mint, but it can go up to like thousands of dollars.
Wow.
Mint, if he's like in mint condition. And it's interesting, the belt there, he has that symbol, which you can see on the urn. And that symbol, apparently the designer that was designing this figure, that was just his logo on his business cards. Because he didn't know what he looked like underneath like his chest.
Yeah.
So he put that symbol there. So the thing I think that's so cool about this Easter egg is it's an Easter egg of, you know, an action figure mistake. It's not even a character that's actually technically in the movie. This is of the action figure. I've been thinking about like trying to collect the original Star Wars figures. There's like 100 of them.
Do it. I support you.
You support me?
Yeah, we could do like videos on them on our channel. No? I feel like we should do this because, I mean, I don't want all 100. You could be on that journey. I'll support you every step of the way. But I just want that like cantina set, the original cantina set.
Just have them on display at the cantina?
Yeah.
Let me know in the comments below if you want to see me start collecting the original 100 Star Wars action figures.
I feel like that's the next step. Like that's the next progression.
I think that could get, you know, the
Dangerous.
black kyber crystal is costly. That could get even more costly. Anyways, if you want to see our previous adventures to Dok-Ondars, we'll put them right over there.
Check them out. They're so much fun.
Yeah.
If you like today's video, you'll probably like those too.
Yeah, spread the word, tell your friends, hit thumbs up. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next adventure.